What is going on, guys? Toma Tales here, and today I'm bringing you guys another tale of my life. Now, before we get started with today's topic and today's tale, I would just ask you guys if you could please like the video, please comment, and please subscribe to my channel if you do like motivational videos, if you do like story times, tale times of my life, or big topics currently happening in the world. I'll be covering all of those aspects. And so if you want to stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and I'd greatly appreciate it because I'm going to take off on YouTube and I just got to wait for it, work hard and it'll happen. But let's keep going. Today's title, I fought my best friend. Now, let's get right into this tale of my life. This tale happened about 6 to 8 months ago, and I'm going to have to give you guys a little background information on who my best friend was. So, we're going to name him Toyoto. He's a Japanese man, and it just rhymes with his actual name, so I'm just going to call him Toyoto. And yeah, he's a Japanese man. We met my freshman year of college. He was 23 he's 25 now. I'm 21. He's a bit older than me, but he transferred over to spend a few years here in college. So we met my freshman year, and we were best friends until my junior year. And throughout our friendship, we did everything together. We ended up, the more we hung out, the more we spent time with each other. We would we lived in the same dorm, so we'd always hang out at each other's dorm rooms with other friends. We, eventually we would go to the gym together. We would, go to the grocery store together, get groceries. We did everything that best friends would do at one point. And, we just had this really, really amazing friendship. We shared a lot of amazing moments together. And I even have a tattoo of him, it's right here. It's in Japanese writing, as you can kind of see. But yeah, he made a very big impression on me and my college life. And yeah, but eventually things got out of hand, and that's why I'm telling you guys this tale, because throughout the 2.5, 3 years we met each other, he became too obsessed and too attached to me. I became sort of his father figure. He was alone here. His family was in Japan, so he was all alone, and I guess he just, he relied on me so much. Everything he did had to be with me. I was his parental figure kind of, and eventually I just couldn't be that person for him anymore, and I began to, want to do things with other people, or hang out with my girlfriend, or, hang out with other friends, and that took on a bad, that didn't sit well with him, and especially this night in particular where this tale takes place. So, also, just so you guys don't think I'm an asshole for fighting my best friend, I do need to give you a little, background information. Toyoto became very obsessed with me to the point where, we would go out and drink, and I'd go over to a friend's house or girl's house, and he would just get super mad, start talking shit, very, very, he's, being very aggressive to me, and just, because he loved me so much, he always wanted me to, be with him, hang out with him, and after we're drunk, he didn't want to go home alone. He's not the kind of guy that gets girls, that has a ton of friends or whatnot, so he'd rely on me for that. And in this specific night, we went out to a bar together. We were drinking, and Toyoto is he's the worst person. Sophomore year we went to a party together once, and he was going insane. He got so drunk, and it was just him and I. He got so drunk, then people just kept giving alcohol, and eventually he was just drinking this cooking spray and just taking more alcohol. People were giving him Jello shots, and he has no limits or boundaries when he gets drunk, and it's very dangerous. And so that's just, I knew this going in, and after that night at the party, I told him I'm never taking you to a party again because it's very dangerous. And he ended up just passing out in the bushes, and, someone had to take him home. But, yeah, let's get back into this night. We had gone out to drink together, met some friends at the bar, and, nothing major happened, but eventually it was the end of the night, and, we were walking home. And at this point, he was drunk again. I was drinking, but I never get as drunk as him. I can always handle myself. But yeah, we were walking home, and at this point, I could just feel his presence. The tension was rising again, and I was just at this point, it was like every time we would get drunk, we would either have a verbal argument or we would just just go at it, and I would just get so mad at him for making me do this. And I could just feel this was coming again, because as we're walking home, he just started making those comments like, are you going to get a girl tonight? Like, you're going to sleep with someone? Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you're not going to have a girl? I was like, and this was just very, like, this would happen so often that, like, he was, like, more interested in me getting girls than himself. Like, he'd always, like, make fun of me if I didn't end up with a girl at the end of the night, because he was so used to it. And then when I didn't, he would just make fun of me or be like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, ask this girl, do this and that. I was just, like, at this particular night, I was just, like, super, like, annoyed with it. Like, dude, I really just told him, like, dude, I don't want to, like, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. I just want to go home and, like, go to sleep. But, like, he didn't really like that reply, and so he got, like, more mad, and he was just like, dude, just shut up. Like, you just can't get a girl, this and that. Just him being drunk, and I knew it, so I don't take it personal. But there's been instances before where, like, he ripped my whole shirt. That's another story time, possibly another tale of my life, where he just ripped my shirt, and he literally ripped it in half because we got into a scuffle. But this tale is a lot more serious. It was a much bigger fight, and so that's why I'm talking about this instance. So, yeah, he was getting more mad at me. At the end of the day, I was just telling him, we're walking home, I was telling him, yo, like, if you're going to keep, like, acting like this, like, I know you're drunk, I know how you act when you're drunk, just, like, I'm going to walk my own way home. We lived together at this point, guys. We lived together for 1 year in my late sophomore, middle junior year. We lived together in the same big apartment, and so we were walking home, to the same spot. But I told him, I don't want to walk home with me. Like, just let's just call it a night and hang out, because I don't want this to escalate any further, because I know how he will get. He gets very aggressive. Like, when he's sober, he's the most loving, amazing, caring person in the world, like the sweetest guy. But when the alcohol gets to him, he turns very aggressive, and he just has no control over it. So I didn't want anything to escalate, so I told him I'm going to walk my own way home. So that's what I did. I ended up taking another streak, and for about 5 minutes, I was just walking alone. But eventually, I just see him running up, and he caught up to me, and then I was like, dude, what do you want? Like, I'm going to walk home alone. I don't want to hang out with you when I get home. I'm just going to go to sleep. Like, can you just accept that? But as usual, he couldn't. He got more frustrated. He got more angry that it was the end of the night and we weren't going to hang out, that there was nothing else happening. And so, let's see. So, yeah, I just remember we were walking. We were about 2-3 blocks away from home. And at this point, he was just really getting very aggressive. He was getting in my face, and I told him, I already warned him before, like, if you keep doing this, I'm going to beat your ass. Because there's been an instance before where I had to, like, almost swing on him because of how he was acting. And this was, no different. This time it actually happened. He was getting in my face. He was talking a lot of shit. So what I ended up doing is I ended up pushing him away from me, because he was literally all in my face. So I pushed him away from me. I said, yo, get the fuck out of my face, or else we're going to have an issue. Like, just let me walk home. Like, I get so annoyed with him because, I just want to go home. But after I pushed him, he got super, super mad. And I just remember him, like, kind of, like, trying to attack me. But as he attacked me, I was, like, trying to get him off of me. And he literally I had a different chain, not the one I just recently lost. But I bought the one but I had a chain, whatever. I had a chain. He literally grabs it and rips it off of my neck. And at this point, I'm looking at this dude, and I'm pissed off, because it wasn't cheap. It was like a $100 chain. And this dude really just ripped off my chain for no fucking reason. So at this point, I was just super pissed off. I was really pissed off, because, like, I had that chain for a good 1.5, 2 years, and it meant a lot to me. And so I started swinging at him. No, I did not swing at him yet. He ripped off my chain. I just ended up pushing him away, and I told him, you're gonna fucking pay for my chain. If you don't pay for my fucking new chain, I'm gonna beat your ass. And he was still in this drunk state, like, no, fuck, I won't pay for shit. Like, fuck you, I'm not gonna pay for shit. I'm not paying for your chain. So I just was like, all right, if you're not gonna fucking pay for my chain. And while he ripped off my chain, he also fucking ripped a the same shirt he ripped in another story. He ripped it again because he bought me another one the last time, but this time he ripped it again, and it was like all dented out like that. I told him, you're gonna fucking buy me a new chain. I didn't really care about my shirt too much, but it still pissed me off because it was the second time he did it to the same shirt I loved. And he was just talking shit like, no the fuck I'm not, shut the fuck up, I'm not buying you another chain. So at this point I got really mad, and we end up getting into a scuffle. I start swinging at him, we start wrestling. We're on the ground, I get on top of him, you know, he's trying to get me off him, but I'm not letting him get off me. He's smaller than me, I'm like 5'11", 6 foot, he's about 5'7", 5'8". We weigh the same amount, he's thicker than me, but he's shorter than me, and obviously we wrestle a lot, and I'm a lot stronger than him. So at this point I was just so infuriated that my chain was ripped, and that he was just doing this again. So after we like started wrestling with each other and like trying to punch each other, I got him on the ground, and I was on top of him. And I told him, you're going to fucking buy me a new chain. He kept saying no, so I told him, I already warned you. So I just started swinging at him on the ground. I was throwing elbows. I was punching at him. You know, I was just really, for the first time, I was really trying to hurt him in our friendship. I was really so fed up, and I was like, I need to teach him a lesson, because I can't have him keep, you know, creating these issues where I'm fighting the person I love. I'm fighting my best friend who you know, I care about so much. And so I was like, you know, lessons hurt sometimes, so I had to really make this one hurt. So I was just on top of him, throwing elbows, punches for about 30 seconds, and eventually I was like, all right, that's enough. So I get up, and I just like, at that point I get up, and he's still talking shit. There's like blood coming out of his mouth. He's still saying like, fuck you, man, like fuck you. But as we were getting up, I fucking saw his Apple Watch. He was kind of rich, has a rich family. So I saw the Apple Watch. I fucking rip it off of his wrist as I'm getting off of him. And he's like, give my fucking shit back, give my shit back. But I was so mad in the moment. He ripped off my chain. He ripped my shirt again. I smashed it on the ground, probably like $500-$600 Apple Watch. I smashed it on the ground, and I told him, like, fuck you, man. I just started stomping on it. And obviously he didn't like it, but he wasn't trying to fight again because he knows he's going to get his ass beat even more. And I'm pretty sure he could taste the blood coming out of his mouth. But after that, you know, we both ended up walking home. I ended up looking for my chain. I was in an emotional state. Like, I was looking for my chain in the road, but it was gone. It was broken. And his Apple Watch was broken. We just ended up walking home separately. And I have a hand tattoo, and it's like from all the punches and elbows. My elbow was fucking hurting the next few days because I was really hitting him, and I had blood all over my, you know, wrist here and stuff, and kind of fucked up my tattoo a little bit, but it ended up being fine. So we get home, and you know, at that point I'm cleaning myself off. I'm washing off the blood on my hand and stuff, and then he comes home a little bit later, and I can just see how messed up, you know, he is, and how sad he is. Because the thing is, every time we get in these fights, he starts crying after, because he doesn't mean for this to happen. He's so regretful that this happened. He let the alcohol get the best of him. And so when he get home, he's like, Toma, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I hate that I do this to, like, that this has to happen. Like, I can't control myself. I'm so sorry. And he just ends up crying. And I know, like, you know, I love this kid so much. And so I end up telling him, like, it's fine, like, you know, and I just hate that you make me do this stuff to you, because, you know, I hate hurting my best friend, like. And so I ended up crying with him. Like, we're just like, man, like, what the fuck, man? Why do you make me do this? And I got emotional and whatnot. And, you know, that's the time I fought my best friend, Toyoto. You know, we ended up being fine after that. You know, we're still friends, but I was just getting more weary. And I knew my presence and our friendship was just consuming him, and it wasn't good for him anymore. You know, I knew I had to take a step back for the better of him, because he was turning into a worse person because of me, because of his love for me, and because of, you know, just our relationship. So I ended up just, you know, taking some more steps back, hanging out with my girlfriend more, and eventually his lease was up and he moved out. And we're still friends to this day, but, you know, we don't hang out as much. He moved about 7 hours away, so we still keep in contact. I still love you, Toyota, if you're watching this. And that's the tale of today's, you know, that's today's tale, and I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for another motivational video. Stay tuned for another big topic surrounding the world today. Toma Tales out and about. Bye, guys.